Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 34 of the Geoguessr Daily Challenge. In yesterday's episode, everything was going fine except for Latin America, which is always my trouble. The road in Colombia was split into four separate parts that were like halfway across the country from one another, which is awesome. So I failed to scan for, obviously, and postcodes in Mexico are not my friend. I have since learned them. I promise. I won't screw it up again. Mark my words. Um, Speaking of not screwing it up again, let's try to do a little bit better than yesterday and actually go for the 25K today as we move right into round number one. Which will start us off in Qatar. Yay. Um, Obviously a country where info is confusing and hard to come by, which is a lovely combo as I'm gonna try to go east here and hopefully get a sign for something, but I don't know, it's just so hard to get info here sometimes. Honestly, some of these roads feel liminal, like, the way it's just sand and, like, kind of similar looking buildings all around you without that many signs for anything, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who gets that vibe, but yeah, there's just not that much info this way. I don't know whether I should be turning around or what. Probably should just turn around and go back the other way. Okay, Al Rufa roundabout. This is much better. Al Rufa Street. Uh, Got Cocteau University, Lusail, and Izgawa. I mean, Lusail is the stadium, since it's that. Uh, so yeah, Lusail is that way. What is this way? Nothing, I guess. What is this way? Ahmad bin Ali Stadium at Majd Road, Dukan Road, Doha Al Wajba. Um, okay. So, like, where does that put us? Because if it's south to all of these things, allegedly, like Dukan Road, this way is Bani Hajar and Al Sij. Oh, there's Qatar University. That was north of us, right? Um, was that north of us? Yeah, it was in the Lusail direction, so, hmm. Yeah, so this is the trouble with this is definitely the trouble with Qatar. You just have so much info and like, well, you don't have so much info. The problem is you get info eventually and it's just like bad. Like, why are we out here? Signed Lusail North. Like, I can't be the only one who thinks that's kind of weird. I guess you find Ahmad bin Ali Stadium, but like you have to be scanning out there first. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. Moving on to round number two before I lose brain cells. Yeah, with Qatar, it's like if you find info, there's too much of it and it's confusing. And if you don't find info, you just don't find info. Um, okay, Peru is also not good, but hopefully we can find like the region or something. Fuente Parco? Hmm. Like, we have a town. It's like theoretically, there's something in here, right? There surely has to be something in this town. Even if it's just like a province or something. Castillo Punta. lots of like, wait, okay, I was copy checking to make sure it wasn't 2025. Municipalidad de Catac, Departamento de Ancash. Okay, now I have to remember which one is Ancash, which is easier said than done. Realistically, it just means I'm gonna try and find Ancash and fail. But at least I have something now. You know what I mean? I would rather have something that is definitely info than like 50,000 things that may or may not be info. Lima and Cash is here. Okay, Provincia de Requai? Oh, Katak is this, okay. So we have Katak, and then probably here, right? On the bridge. This would make sense. Nice. Okay, we do get 5K. There, did I turn off animations? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. Have I had animations off for like multiple episodes now? Because it's been a while since I switched it to a duels thing. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore that. Usually I switch it animations on when I'm not filming duels, but you know what? That's such a minor thing to give a crap about that I'm just going to ignore it. K Kangsar on the 88, I guess. As we are in another country that has striped signposts, but this time, of course, it's Malaysia. Um, Kuala Kangsar, like, it's a thing, right? Not crazy. Obviously, it's a good distance to Kuala Kangsar, but like, I've heard of that. Although, is this even mainland or is this like, oh no, this could be Sabah. Oh, it's Perak. Good thing I looked at that. So what is the 88? If it exists. Okay. I have the A168 to Kampong Ayuganda. Sure, that's gonna be somewhere, surely. I'm gonna checkpoint that just in case. But, uh-huh. I mean, ideally, I just find the 88, but I don't think that's ever getting found. Where's Kuala Kangsar? Like, I swear I've heard of that. Oh, it's this. So we just on the one then. Because I thought we were on like the A8 or something. Can I checkpoint and A168? Yeah, surely this is findable somewhere. I should have recorded like what direction it was to Kuala Kangsar. That was a major blunder on my end. But it's too late to find that out now. Yeah. It's like I thought it was east to Kuala Kangsar, but yeah, GG. It's gonna click Kingsar itself, and it was west, and we were up there. That makes sense. It was not A88. It's not 88. It was 76, and there's the A168, which like you're not finding. That's my bad. I didn't record all the information I should have recorded in my head. Like it's entirely on me. So I'm just moving on to round number 4 and hoping I can just ignore all of that complete blunderballing. Um. So as we are in yet another Europe round, this looks like a Sweden, yeah. Should be pretty south with the brick architecture. Like reminds me of like Skåne, something like that. But I just need the city name, ideally. I think the yellow bus is also Skåne. Like, I vaguely remember seeing yellow buses in Skåne, but it's not a smoking gun at all. Did I have a road number, though? No. And I've just wasted time checking to see if I had a road number when I didn't. This is nice. I want this. Okay, Malmö. That is what I want. V. Ingolstad. Sandvik. So if I get onto the highway, maybe it'll tell me like what the road was. V. Ingolstad. Cargo. E65 to Malmö. Hmm. Was it E65 is this? We just in Ystad then? V. Ingolstad. Vastra Infarten. Hmm. I mean, something in me says that that's not right, but V. Ingolstad Kragholm. Like, Vastra Ingolstad probably? Like, there's Ostra Ingolstad. So Vastra Ingolstad should be west of that, theoretically, right? Bara. What is Bara? Okay, no, I'm just like the most skill issued player of all time today because it's down here. So yeah, Svedala, like I guess Bara's up there. Vastra Ingolstadt is fake, I guess. I don't know. I just want to move on from that one. That was not good. Okay, Brazil. Wait, was there antenna? There is antenna at spawn. That is handy. I'm glad I double checked that. RS. Okay, so Rio Grande do Sul. Is, does that make sense? 5-1. Yeah. I mean, there is a small cluster of antenna in Rio Grande do Sul, so, that makes sense. If I can remember where that cluster is, that would be nice. But I mean, 5-1, you just kind of assume that you're in Porto Alegre, right? Cachoeira do Sul is, I guess, the place name. Is that gonna just be in Porto Alegre, or is that gonna be like super far away? Because if I'm remembering correctly, 5-1 is like not that big. Cachoeira do Sul, like I feel like I should just look for this, but Cachoeira do Sul. It's Cachoeirinha, but oh no. This is so bad. Maybe if I had like a sign for something else, but oh, of course the sign disappears when I get close to it. Now this is just the episode where everything goes wrong, I guess. Cachoeira do Sul, like that has to be a thing. Um, is it like bigger than I'm expecting here? Oh my god, bruh. I hope I have enough time to get the pinpoint. Although, not really any street signs here. Find the angle that lines up. I guess this works. The one block and the road bends like this. Could be at this right here, which would put us here. Lara Interioris, yes, okay. Well, at least we got a second 5K out of that. That was rough. That was definitely a rough episode. Um, a rare case of Latin America not being the problem, as the two 5Ks were in Latin America. Like, that's such a funny contrast. Like, last episode, I have two rounds in Latin America that go horribly, and I say Latin America's my problem. This time, now I have two rounds in Latin America, and they're the only ones that weren't really problems. Because everything else was terrible. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story is any round can be a terrible round, any round can be a good round. It really isn't about where the round is, it's just about how bad it is. So, with that, that will be the episode. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope I rage baited you enough to keep sticking around. Feel free to comment down below how well you did on this daily. I can't stop laughing at today. I'm sorry. And yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, see ya. Goodbye, everyone.